Mi bebida energizante se terminó. Ya no tengo. Ay, concho.
Street Fighter 6.
Free Fighter, sí, sí, así. Necesito, pues no estoy escuchando nada. Switching.
Fighting ground.
Ok. Bajar un poco aquí. Bien. Y pegamos acá. Entonces, ¿con qué comienzo? Vamos a ver mi derrota con Ajas Fidelity. ¿Yo la tendré? Yo no tendré. Vamos a ver esto. Que aquí es donde me caigo.
Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do?
Dry Ross. Inicio con Dry Ross porque entiendo que la presión está al lado mío. Está a favor mío. Ah, bien. Delay jab. Ok, vamos a un asunto. Bien. Oye. Exacto. Él estaba marchando. Él estaba marchando. Fidelity no sabía cómo resolver. Ahí. Come on. Fidelity no sabía cómo reaccionar a eso. Estaba marchando. Pero ese no es mi problema. Mi problema es esto. ¿Cómo yo resolver o poder lidiar con esta situación? Yuri, cuando te lleva en la esquina, técnicamente se vuelve un caos para muchos personajes que no tienen un Shoryuken o algún movimiento con invisibilidad. Déjame ver. Kimberly no tiene movimiento con invisibilidad. Entonces pasa mucho trabajo en muchas situaciones como esta. Viene. Eso se supone que es... ¿Eso es +2? No, el +2 es el golpe medio del pie. Ese es -2 para ella. Ahí viene el asunto. Eso se convierte en plus. Ella no tiene carga. +7. Gratis. Déjame ver algo. Ping. Tan, tan. Ok, entonces cambio de control. No puedo meter ahí. No puedo meter ahí. No puedo meter ahí. No puedo meter ahí. Jesucristo. ¿Puedo repujar? Obligatoriamente tengo que repujar a eso. Esa es una opción. ¿Lo puedo meter? No. 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 Jesucristo. No. Eso no, eso ya la... Ya puedes responder contra Imprime. No. No. Ok, si hago Perfect Parry. Why no? Intentándolo. Intentándolo. Es un proyectil, yo no tengo que ni ver la dirección, un proyectil. ¿Me puedo? Ah, Jesus, como es un proyectil, se convierte en juego piedra, papel y tijera. Se convierte en juego de piedra, papel o tijera en esa situación. No me agrada. Entonces la única forma es quitarme esa presión así. Eso es plus. Sí, tengo que hacerle plus al segundo golpe. Perdón, parry al segundo golpe. Por la amor de Cristo. Coño, es rápido ese golpe. Y no llego. Esa es la única forma de poder salir de ahí. Es la única forma. O gato y reverse al segundo golpe o hago parry al segundo golpe. Ok.
Player one pushes the opponent into the
Dos.
Lots of
Conmigo.
aggression from both sides. All right.
Lo mismo.
Player one.
Técnicamente. Está machando. Yo podía ganar esa mano.
Neither of them willing to back
Chichi,
off.
lo mismo. Chichi, otra vez.
The corner pressure KO.
Yuri gratis.
Player one sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Nice cross-up. Tries to catch him out with the arc step. From low heavy to big throws.
Bueno,
Player two needs
Buena.
to use the threat of the corner here. They're in the corner and the beatdown continues.
ok. Cambio de control. Pero... Ujú. Ahí saca bomba, ahí metía eso y ahí me botaba.
Big opportunity coming. Both fighters planning something? Scrapping it out up close. Player one, they're going for the super art. Comes crashing down on them with the Bushin beat.
Ese fue el golpe medio que hice. ¿No golpe
Goes
chiquito?
for it at this range. Bushin
Qué raro.
beat assaults them from the air. Okay, here we go. They must have a
Okay.
game plan here with the critical art on. Knew the
Esa sí me dolió, porque yo estaba seguro que le iba a coger el trobo en esa situación.
throw is coming.
Y ahí me dolió la no invisibilidad del teleporte. ¡Bam! Señor Jesucristo, yo espero que pongan el movimiento es con menos frame. No puede ser que a 19 frames yo no pueda tener invisibilidad. Un teleport que se me castiga al caer. GG. Ah, never mind. Esta me dolió. Ok, entonces básicamente yo estoy seguro que Fidelity no sabe responderle a ciertas cosas a Kimberly. Y aparte de eso, mi problema es la presión en la esquina con Yuri. Pero ahí hay que estar al revés, al segundo golpe. Si te lo leen, te joden. Ven acá, vamos a ver eso. Yeah, you are. Bloquear. Reverse. Te puede cubrir. Full. Solamente sirve para golpe fuerte. O sea que si él me lee ahí me jodí. Ah, pero no estaba cargado. Oh. Eso está mal. ¿Cuánto es ese golpe? Ese golpe es 6 frames. Este es 6 frames. Yo puedo entender que el revés tú puedes baitearlo con un golpe chiquito, pero con un golpe medio. No debería eso no debería pasar. Yo estoy haciéndolo en 0 frame. Vida real por lo que sea en 3. Eso es un castigo a un reverse. O sea que esa opción no es tan buena. Ni idea. Ve acá, ¿quién te quedan estos 8? ¿Quién le quedaban estos 8? Droque. ¿Qué? Yo no puedo creer eso. Droque quedó todo 8. Una Yuri Maca y una Kuma Mako. Cava. Ferrera y la Grasa. Rosso y Luisman. Roy y Fidelite. La ganó Crossover. Bueno, si Crossover le gana a Luisman, creo que Cava. Puede ser que este sea de Cava. Anyway. Necesito conseguir más amigos con los cuales yo puedo practicar. Increíble, Doke clasificó un to 8 con una Yuri Maka. Bueno, le dio a crossover. Y dio 2-0 a crossover. Bueno, no fue 2-1. Con una Yuri Maka. Creo que le dio a Yula. Luego le dio a Bebop Jackson. Le dio a crossover y clasificó. Con una Yuri Maka. En fin. Si es la vida. Ajá, Fidelity. Va a usar este. Sí, lo está calentando. A ver qué encuentro. Pero cojo yo quiero cambiar. Gracias. Entonces... ¿Cómo que hacer mi movimiento? No. ¿Cómo es? Chiquita poco. Se quita muy poco. O sea, te tienes que gastar bastante barra. Necesitas gastar bastante barra para poder quitar casi 5000.
Here comes a new challenger.
Give me that drama.
Bueno,
Give me that line. Are y'all ready? It's fight night time. All right, first round. What's going to happen?
Okay.
Checks with the projectile. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Throws him down. All right. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Trips him up.
Buena media.
Player two can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Player two needs to deal with this burnout. Caught in the cross-up. Life lead opens up. Player one chases. This stun might mean the end of KO.
Okay.
Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Tries to catch them out. Rattles them with a spinning bird kick. Spinning bird kick. Super arts on deck for both fighters. Oh, burnout triggered. Player two will look to apply pressure here.
Acá.
Gets the jump in.
No, ¿por qué falló? ¿Por qué falló? ¿Por qué falló?
Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Tries to catch him out with the arc step. Pokes with the medium kick. Sees the overhead coming. Both fighters are frozen.
Okay.
Both fighters drive rush to keep it going. Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Okay, here we go. Player one.
No era eso, era cancel.
Vintage. What now?
Ahí sí me jodí.
Player one, drive rush. Ooh, you knocked
Ahí sí me jodí.
overhead.
Ay, ¿qué pasó? ¿Por qué no fue eso? Sí, no fue eso.
What a beast.
No fue eso, viejo. No fue eso.
Ooh, I dare you to find me a
No
better
fue
match
eso.
than
No me
that.
haga
Get
eso.
up and tell 'em what's
No en
good.
vivo.
The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals.
Ahí
It's
está.
time to go all in. Player one chases them
Uy.
down. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round.
Oh, esa me dolió. Voy a hacer otra vez.
The chance to hurt.
Ajá.
Sticks the combo. Player one has not been shy about using their drive gauge.
Gracias.
Big counter. Player one is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Tries to catch him out with the arc sting. Experiencing burnout.
Creo que no lo
Almost
mata.
super juice into this combo for more damage. Ooh, Bushin Scramble's gonna leave them hurt. Player one. Player one hits up the always important first round.
I am
Keep
broken.
the ball rolling.
No haga eso.
Everything up until now, and everything from here on out is so vital. Uses their drive to maximize their damage. The throw missed. Good instinct to spend resources while they have them to tack on more damage. Tries to catch them out with the arc sting. Player one can't use any drive moves without burning out. Breaks the block with a throw. Player one needs
Esa
to
fue
use
buena.
the threat of the corner here. Rattles them with a spin
Oh,
for the
esa fue buena.
card. Yo, we're dealing with a real gambler. Low on life and is still willing to risk it all on this critical run to deal the cash money
Estoy
damage.
vivo
they
todavía.
need. Medium kick hits. Spinning bird kick. Amazing.
No era eso, era el nivel 1.
This one's nice if I've ever seen one.
Damn.
Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Jump. Decides to go fancy on that jump in and takes care of it with a perfect parry.
Bueno.
Connects with the throw. Barely blocks the jump in. Tricky hidden variable. Zones with the fireball.
Bueno.
Vintage. Okay, here we go. Great job in escaping that corner. Sees the overhead coming. Medium kick. Slick overdrive cancel there to call them out. The jump. Oh, burnout. Did they mean to do that? Can they use their
Mete ahí.
critical art?
Oh, no metió.
Just what they were after.
Ah.
Ooh, I dare you to find me a better
Okay.
match than that. Get up and tell them what's good. The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It's time to go all in. Player one needs to use the threat of the corner here. Throws them to start the corner pressure. Starts with a jump in. All that grinding and training mode paid off. Look at the optimal damage on that combo.
Ahí metiste.
At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out.
Golpe
The neutral
chiquito.
game is very important here. Player one can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings
Level
to use their
1.
drive. Spends gauge to hit back with a reversal. Dyers picks up the
Come
win.
on.
Good read. Player two takes
Wow.
the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Everything up until now, and everything from here on out is so vital.
Mierda, es golpe chiquito, Soryuken.
Serenity Stream blocks it. Can't tech the throw. Smart use of the invincibility.
Golpe chiquito, Soryuken todo el
Overdrive
tiempo.
headshot. Player 2 can build off this lead. Super on deck for both fights. Uses the gauge for a super art. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Picks up the
Okay.
counter. This is going to be huge. We have super arts on deck. There's still a chance to turn this around. Big opportunity now in
Nope.
this corner. A real TKO.
No.
Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this one. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Attempts to break the stalemate with a fireball. Match just started. It's anyone's game. uses the target combo as a filler. Player 1 is on the brink of disaster. Shoot again, Bob. Player 1 can't perfectly.
Bárbara.
They gotta feast on this chance. Both avoiding the wall like a blink. Slick overdrive cancel there.
No me
to call
sorprende.
them out. Shakes things up with a fireball.
El medio.
Show 'em what a PhD
Okay.
fighters can do for you. Looking to follow up after that target combo. They're in range. We gonna see a jump go out of sight. Oh, burnout. Player 1 delivers the upset. That's one for the replays. We're finally ready to be.
El TH, la barredora. Pero. Ay.
Quarter makes it
No.
hard to escape. What'll be the setup?
Odio eso de.
Knockdown. Goes for the throw. Holds out with the block. Player 2 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Spends the gauge on the drive rush. Just out of range for that throw. Life lead opens up. It's a big gamble and KO.
Ah, no entendí por qué no se pegó.
Player 2
Bueno,
on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Tries to catch him out with the arc step. Player 1 chases them down. Smart use of the invincibility on the overdrive tensho. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. The jump in is denied. Side switch in the corner. A quick breather.
me salió la idea.
Dashes up. Changing up the beat with the hidden variable. Manages to block the jump in attack. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Tries to catch him out with the arc step. Player 2 needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. Rattles them with a spinning bird kick. Player, it's a good spot to use the super. Serving them a severe beatdown. And the fun's just starting. Crowns them from above. Oh, burnout. What a finish. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Oh, we're not done yet. Looks like they're both warmed up.
Golpe
Takes them
chiquito.
all the way to the corner with that. The
Aguanta.
combo's there. Corner switch means they can now go on the offensive.
No te arriesgues.
Low heavy. They block the overhead and nice solid
Pero
counter.
¿por qué? Diablo, que tienes que.
Knockdown. Sees it coming and blocks it out.
Mira eso.
Uses the drive rush nice. Sees the combo through and takes the round.
Vamos, despierta, despierta, despierta,
Takes
despierta,
the round
despierta.
like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They piled up the knowledge.
Un botón.
Now, how are they going to use it? Close them. What's next? Smart use of the invincibility
Un
on the
Soryu que con
overdrive
invisibilidad un botón.
tension. Good job escaping that dangerous corner situation.
Un Soryu que con invisibilidad un botón.
Goes into the stance. Anti-air drops him. They exchange blows. Both fighters planning something? The life remaining tells us we're halfway through this match. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Vagabond and sends them flying. Uses the gauge for a super art. Yo, are they actually dead? Are they dead?
Sí, sí.
Oh, they're dead!
Murió.
What a way to close it out! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? That's gonna leave them rattled. Connects with medium kick. The match just started. It's anyone's game. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Slick overdrive Tenso there to call them out. Player 2 is working with a bet goes out of sight. Arc step. Okay, here we go. Tricky hidden variable.
Mala mía.
SBK hits. What's next? Keeps them out. What are they gonna do? Shakes things up with a fireball. Watch your step. A jump. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Player one.
Pero ¿cómo rayo?
More fuel to the fire. Cook them up. Oh, we're going full third strike with the callback Hyokusen. Noticeable life lead is an anti-air in the
Ahí atrás.
Oh, in with the rush. Ugh, take a
Ah, por cama.
What a sick punish counter!
Chun-Li
Player 2 made some smart moves there. Great game. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Vintage.
Manita, manita.
Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Still very
Pero
early in the
¿por
round.
qué?
Grabs them, knockdown. Player 2 has them legit shook
Coño,
in
qué
the corner.
joder.
Uncomfortable space here. Can they
Oh,
keep
yeah.
each other on the edge?
Dios mío.
They block the overhead and goes for a drive rush. They're looking to keep on the offensive for as long as possible. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage.
Salta. Salta. Diablo, pero qué.
Heading into
Yo estoy diciendo que salte, pero no así.
getting tense. And
Coño, pero qué mierda.
player 2 takes the round like a
Ah.
What else can they get away with? Had the radar.
Mierda, loco. Un personaje con.
Holds
Yo
up
creo
with
que
the
le gratis.
Good job blocking the jumping. They're showing us smart use of the
Frené.
overdrive tension. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Brushes that off and keeps going. Player 2 will need to
Frené.
play conservative until their drive refreshes. Super art.
Frené ahí.
Super art. Confirms the Bushin Ninja Star Stun. The damage and attack boost off this will really tip things in their favor. Burnout activates. Player 2 has an empty drive.
¿A dónde va?
This is a very precarious situation. Throws them. Both fighters planning something? We have super goes out of sight. Blocks the drive reversal. Experiencing burnout. Player 1 KO. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Pokes with a medium kick. Sprints. Ooh, what a smart throw. Smart use of the invincibility
Why not?
on the overdrive tension. Shakes things up with a fireball. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump ins at this range. Vintage.
Loco, que mete.
Jump.
Ahí está.
Perfect
Ya,
execution with
che.
anti-air.
Ven acá.
Hard step.
No, pero ¿por qué?
Oh, in with a rush. The overhead denied. Keeps him out. What are they gonna do? And eats it. Somehow manages. Yo, rock super hit. This is gonna kill. No doubt about it. Did not miss that chance and takes the round.
Man, good games.
Player 2 gets the win in a
Good
convincing
games.
fashion. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch.
El diablo.
Third kick.
Barredora, camino, te meto una
Turns it
patada.
up a notch and sends them to the corner. The fighters continue to check each other. in the
Eso es lo que yo no
overall.
entiendo, lo que él está metiendo.
Player 2 has them
El diablo.
shook in the corner. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be.
No.
Player 1 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings to use their drive.
Mira eso.
Burnout is triggered. Solid call. Perfect execution and gameplay nets our fighter a perfect round.
Wow.
Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've both showed their hands a little
Mira
bit,
eso, no me
so they must be thinking of a
salió.
counter. Rattles them with a
Macheo
spinning
como el
burst. That attack
mejor.
landed for a counter hit. They'll have to
Ahí no
decide
lo
how to
hace
follow up.
porque él es el
Player
mejor.
1 will look to apply pressure here. Opts to continue the attack with the drive.
Wow.
Zones with the fireball. Tries to catch him out with the arc.
Ahí
Hits up the counter. This
me
is
voy
going
a
to
dar.
be torso cleaver
Tan,
dices.
tan, 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 tan,
A parry.
tan, tan,
Shows
tan,
the medium
tan.
kick.
Ey, ¿por qué no se pegó eso?
Time to reassess the situation. Fights out of the corner. Back to the
Barredora.
burnout activates.
Ahí.
drive rush to keep it going. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Zones
Ah, bueno. Voy a seguir haciendo eso.
betting it all on the drive rush. Looking for a chance. Solid anti-air. Flatline.
Tararara, tan, tan,
This is the
tarata,
final
tan,
round.
tan, tan.
Expect to see some fireworks. Smart use of the invincibility on the overhead.
Yo creo que lo tiene
potential.
automático ese botón.
The overhead denied. Goes out of sight. Both fighters are standing firm with plenty drops them hard. All the throw connects. Both sides getting ready. Player too tricky hidden variable. More
fin.
fuel to the fire. Cook them up. Uses the game for the super. They're not playing around here. Player 2 is looking at a grip trick overhead, but it won't work. Player 1 is in a very good Hazanshi. Little strong super art incoming. Just smothering them with blows to rain on their parade. This kind of violence is a beautiful
Mágicamente.
forward rush. Deflects it. What a finish.
¡Oh, Dios
Player
santo!
2 was an absolute beast.
No, no sé.
It's not over yet.
Me frené.
Let's believe it's time for that run back. Breaks the block with a throw. Medium kick hit. Takes him all the way to the corner with that.
A ver.
Not shy with the grab. All
Right.
right. Ooh, with a hit,
Pero,
with, or even charge
diablo,
in.
pero no puedo frenar esa vaina.
Answers that jump
Barre.
with a perfectly timed parry. They made it look easy. Overhead. Player 2 is maintaining. Gets.
Damn.
Player 2
Damn,
picks up the
damn,
first
damn.
round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital.
No sé, loco. ¿Qué tal?
Shows the medium kick, tries to catch him out with the arch step. All right, what smart use of the invincibility on the overdrive tension. A parry? Looking for a chance. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Throws them forward and maintains the corner game. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Saw that coming. Going in? Smart play with the throw. Jumps up. The exchange goes out of sight. A real test of nerves here. More fuel to the fire. Cook them up. Cooks up them up. That's how you close it out. What a beast. We're going
All
to
right.
tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Who's going to steal this win? Tries to catch him out with the arch step. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. The match just started. It's anyone's game. Player 1 with the rhythm, owning that space. Arc step. Both are ready to pull the trigger on their super arc. Falls flat into the guard break. There's a burnout. More fuel to
Aleluya.
the fire. Cook them up. Oh, looking for the definitive end to this round with a level 3 super.
Y con perfect. Aleluya.
Player 1 made all the right moves, and this experience is only gonna make them stronger. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Sprints in. Checks him with the projectile. Deftly shuts out the jumping. On dangerous turf.
Por el amor de Cristo, eso no debe ser posible.
A battle of egos on display here as neither fighter wants to give up any ground. Big counter. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. I can't keep track of these corner switches. Knockdown.
Y ahora. Va de ahí.
Hits him for the stun. This might be over right here. Player 1 is maintaining brings out the super art. How is it gonna work out? What a finish. Great meat in the life gauge there.
Me han puesto a jugar serio.
Picks up the always
Chun-Li, yo
important
estaba
first
en
round.
casual
They'll
hoy.
want to keep the ball rolling. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it?
Ven acá, deja de estar metiéndolo loco.
Decide how to follow up. They quickly get back into the corner of the stage. Tries to catch him out with the arc step. Ups the damage on that. Oh,
Okay.
burnout triggered. Hits the
¿Por qué
elbow.
falló el movimiento?
Sprints in. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Connects with the throw. Quick sees the overhead coming.
Ajá.
Zones with the fireball. Bardic blocks the low kick.
Acá.
Sneaks in the
Ay, gracias por enseñarme a jugarte.
That was a decisive
Jugarle
win.
a lo que
Let's see
soban.
what these fighters have up their sleeves out of the gate. That drive impact is blocked. No good up high. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Throws him down. Knew they'd go for it. That's a good read. Deals some sick damage there in exchange for some meter. Knockdown. Player one chases them down. Gets the parry in and adds some pressure. Goes for the command grab. Knockdown. We're near the end of the round. Can either fighter pull a rabbit out of their hat here? Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Life lead opens up.
Ah, pero está agresivo.
Spinning bird kick. Player two
Ah, pero está agresivo. ¿La va a querer sacar?
saw that jump in coming from a mile away and parries it perfectly.
La quiere sacar, bro. Como quiera.
Player one on the board first with the win. He'll want to keep the pressure on. Medium kick.
Loco, esa pata llega lejos. Diámetro. Ni la de Kami creo que llega tan lejos.
Are we going to see some fireworks here? Now, can they finish the job? Player two will look to apply pressure here. What'll happen here? Barely blocks the jump in. Clean parry. Player one leads ends the round with
Quitan-
a sick combo. Amazing.
Hice un intento
We're going into the final
y pagué
round.
por
Find out
eso.
which fighter has it in them to grind out the win. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Sprints in. Medium kick hits. Meets the jump in with a perfect parry. That feeling out phase is over. Time to get
Diablo,
down
que
to
lejos
business.
llega ese golpe.
Going in. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump. It's a good spot to use the super.
Intenta.
Rattling the inside of their head with the Hayokusen. Oh, here we go. Player one has the super game
Wow.
advantage.
Buena comienza.
Vintage. Cross super art incoming. Uh-oh. This could really tip the scale. Lands the super. Time for dessert. Are they going to be able to come back and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat? Nowhere to wall flat into the guard bridge. A jump in? Throws them. What the burn out, but they may have a plan here. Lightning kicks. Okay, it is over.
No me salió.
Really had to fight for that one. No shortage of drama. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Smart play with the throw. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Player two is just about out of drive after that. The damage is really piling up now. You can see how cornering your opponent is such an effective game plan.
No me está.
Taking stock.
¡El DH!
Timely side switch there, which will let him go on the attack. Knockdown. KO. Player one
Ay,
around like a
Chun-Li.
thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Projectile to try and change the situation. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. Long low attack
Okay.
hits. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Nice cross-up. Tries to catch him out with the arc step. Player one needs to use the threat of the corner here. It's a good spot to use the super. Confirms the Bushin Ninja Star Stun. The damage and attack boost off this will really tip things in their favor. Chance the shuriken bomb to panic him.
Ay, pensé que lo iba a coger.
Rattles them with a spinning bird kick. Player 2.
Ah, de ahí. Oh.
Genius read with that throw escape.
Ah, de ahí.
Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Clutch anti-air. Notice it?
Bye bye.
Weaves into impact to finish.
Gracias por tener muy buena reacción.
Player 1 faced the giant and walks away unscathed. What a win! The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It's time to go all in.
En serio.
Not much damage dealt so far.
Poncho, debí buscarlo.
Opening to run with.
No hay
What's
problema.
the play here? No good up high. Definitely saw that counter coming. Utilizes an overdrive art there to tack on just a little more damage. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. I wonder how both fighters will
Mira esa
adapt to
vaina.
what we've seen so far. Takes the chance
Ah,
to
morí ahí.
big gamble and rips out a raw super. Launches with what
Morí
a
ahí.
finish. Great read on the life gauge there.
Ah, morí ahí, morí ahí.
Chasing around like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Breaks the block with a throw. Jumps in. Genius read. Goes for the jump in. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Perfect KO. They were in full control there. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Connects with medium kick. Barely blocks the jump in. With super arts into play, it's really anything goes at this point. Tricky hidden variable. Somehow manages to block the jump in. Flips it. A jump in? A jump? Arc step. Clutch anti-air. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Slams on the brakes and shuts out the counter. Ooh, with a bit of stank on that with an overdrive arc. Turning it right up with a super. Still in it with a sliver. Mate, are you kidding me? Player 1 faced the unscathed. What a win! Sprints in. Smart use of the invincibility.
Tiene
on
ese dedo ahí.
Tenso. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. The low kick is blocked.
Eso es.
Staves off the cross-up.
Ya, si me falló eso.
Will the drive parry here open things up for them? Player 2 can't let their drive gauge run out.
Wow, me
Need to
falló
find a way to
eso, un
reset the
tron.
situation. Good job blocking the
Mira
jump,
eso otra vez.
showing us just how patient they can be. Takes a trip.
No imaginaba que iba a sobar eso, pero
Sees the overhead coming and blocks it. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Life lead opens up. Gets.
macheo, macheo, macheo.
Player
Tengo
2
miedo,
picks
tengo
up
miedo,
the
tengo
first
miedo.
round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Holds out with the block. Reads them. Player 1 chases them down. Shows a medium kick. Barely blocks the jump in. A quick breather. Sneaks in above. Spinning bird kick. Bends the meter. Hoping for a good return. Serving them a severe beatdown. And the fun's just starting. Now.
Chun-Li no debería tener eso, pero
Checks with a medium kick. Not much life difference.
lo tiene.
Tries to catch him out with the arc step. Hits him with a vagabond edge. Start the tune. The Kimberly's ready to feast. Bushin Ninja Star Cypher. And this is only the beginning. Tricky hidden variable. Player 1 can't
Oh my god.
get all in with
No
one
me salió.
push.
Ah,
Going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Throws a fireball. jump. Tries to catch him out with the arc stick. Player 2 has the super gauge advantage. Not looking good. The corner's a bad place to be. Player 1 with the rhythm, owning that space. Wall splat into the guard break. Player 2 still has a chance, but it's going to be an up. There's the burnout. Turning it right up with a super. Bullshit scrambling. That's how you close it out. What a beast. Player 1 faced the giant and walks away unscathed. What a win. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Torso cleaver dices him. Overhead. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up.
Bueno,
Throws him down. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. All right, what's coming up next? Corner switch means they can now go on the offensive. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Just out of range for that throw. Life lead opens up. And a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. Comes crashing down on them with some Bushin beat. A throw to tie the bow. They were stuck in the corner. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Medium kick hits. Picks the air throw. Drive rush to keep it going. Nice parry. Smart use of the invincibility on the overdrive Tensho. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. A quick breather. Tries to catch him out with the arc stick.
ya, che, ese brazo llegó más lejos que una barredora.
Experiencing burnout. Sends the bar up depth with the
Ese brazo llegó más lejos que una barredora. Wow.
just the right time.
O más rápido que una barredora.
Final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Salí un personaje que también estoy viendo como que...
The last round. It's now or never.
Coño.
Jumps.
Ahí.
Connects with the throw.
Pero lo estoy frenando para eso mismo.
Jumps in.
Ven acá.
Something goes out of sight. Vagabond forever elevator. Turning it right up with a super. Bushin Ninja Star Stunner. Get into the Bushin Ryu roll. Good presence of mind to pull the trigger. This is the time to believe in your abilities. Here comes the corner pressure.
Debí cancelarlo ahí mismo.
Quick medium poke. There's a burnout. Getting those shuriken bombs ready. Vintage. Ugh, take a seat. Anti-air in the clutch. Player 1 can't use any drive boost. Gotta play. They are done.
7-7.
Player 1 is gonna be watching.
7-7.
They really took it down to the wire. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Block connects with the throw. From low heavy to throws him. What's next?
Ya, che, no me agaché.
Corner.
Ahí lo comí enterito.
Very nice.
Pensé que había volado.
Their opponent like a book. I can't keep track of these corner switches. Reads their mind and texts the throw.
Acá.
Nice. Sees the combo through and takes the round.
Bueno.
Takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Player 1
Ah,
chases
pero-
the round. Dashes up. Sprints in. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. Jumps in. Tries to catch him out with the arch. Their timing was on point there. That perfect parry may lead to something. Jumps up. What's the next move? From low heavy to throws them forward and maintains the corner game. Super art on.
Bueno.
There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Experiencing burnout. Barely blocks the jump in. Just goes for it.
Pero ¿por qué no frena eso?
Gonna kill. No doubt about it. Puts him on
Damn.
a t-shirt with that finish. Player 2 brings it
No
home.
frena.
Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. We are here in the first round. Which one of them will let their fifth smart use of the invincibility on the
pero
overdrive potential? Nice cross-up. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Lots of aggression from both sides. What's the play here? Sticks the combo. The jump-in is denied. All right, what's coming up next? Player 1 chases them down. Combo with the target combo. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick the
Buen intento. Ay, coño.
Player 2 hits up the always
Se me
important
acabó la
first
batería
round.
ya.
They'll want to keep the ball rolling. How will they take advantage of everything that smart use of the invincibility on the
Never
overdrive
mind.
potential? That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Tries to catch him out with the arc stem. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Player 1 holding on to that
Vale.
corner advantage. Scrapping it up, springs forward.
Y me agaché.
Player, oh, burnout triggered.
Estoy muerto.
Goes with the safe stuff with that target.
Ahí estoy muerto.
To show 'em what a PhD in fighters can do.
Oh, man.
Sits 'em down with a super.
Me falló.
That's how you take a round.
Me falló. Bueno,
Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. We are here in the first round. Which one of them will let their fists do the talking? Low
Diablo, que
hit.
lejos quedó.
Mix up incoming. There's a corner switch. They gotta escape
Pero
from the corner
¿cómo?
before the pressure builds up.
pero mija.
Sees the overhead coming and blocks it. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Holds out with the block.
Claro que
Gets
sí.
the jump
Iba a
in.
saltar.
KO. Player
Está jugando
2
muy
picks up
desesperado.
the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They trade hits, and now that's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Connects with medium kick. Throws them forward and maintains the corner game. Pokes with a medium kick. Tries to catch them out with the arc stem. Spinning bird kick.
No.
The throw missed. Perfect execution with the anti-air.
Sí,
Are we
él
gonna
está
see a
sobando.
comeback here? Goes into the stance. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Blocks it. Impact squash. Clutch anti-air.
Está sobando, concha, hasta lo que no hay.
Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Goes out of sight. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Tries to catch him out with the arc stem. The match just started. It's anyone's game. Lightning kicks. Sees the overhead coming. Super hearts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Tricky hidden variable. They're in with solid anti-air. Player 1 is in a very good spot now. Can they stop this life lead from getting bigger? Goes out of sight. Throws them. How long can this offensive assault continue? Player 1 with the rhythm and eats it. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Dangerous range here. Shoot again, bomb. Shakes things up with a fireball. Torso cleaver. Perfection. SBK hits. Great job and all in with the rush. Both are ready to pull the trigger on their super art. Burns out. Noticeable life is a comeback still.
¿Por qué no salió cuando tenía que salir? Damn.
Player 1 straight up outplayed them. Talk about a David and Goliath situation. Picks the air throw. Connects with medium kick. Oh, they're in the corner now.
Ay, esa me
They're
dolió.
running away. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage.
Es que está machando.
Utilizes an overdrive arc
Él va a tirar todo lo
to add on
posible.
just a little more damage. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. Holds out with
Mira
the
eso.
KO.
Ahí yo pensé, Draimpa, Soryuken, lo que sea, porque yo decía, él va a machar algo.
They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Vagabond and sends them flying. Player one creates a good corner opportunity. Gets the throw and continues on the offensive. Medium kick. Serenity Stream. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one
El
who
diablo,
manages
soy
the best.
anti-cross. Toma tu anti-cross.
Down and blocks the low heavy and picks the air throw. Player two will look to apply pressure here. Not much life difference. Smart use of the invincibility on the
Me está
overdrive
buscando.
tensor. Super arts on deck for both fighters.
GG.
Oh, burnout trigger. Goes it's a
GG.
good spot to use the super. Player KO.
18. Bueno, está bien.
Player
Alguien
two
comenzó perdiendo.
brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Y 8 está bien. Me voy a ganar. En mi mente gané 10, no gané 8. Pero técnicamente está marchando todo el tiempo.
Here comes a new challenger.
A ver, marchar, concho.
Y'all better have your Sunday's best on because it's time for business. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? That overhead was a bit obvious. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Player one will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Now they get pushed into the corner, or it's going to be very difficult to escape. All right, still slipped down to the wire. There's a
Debía lejos
punch.
empujarlo.
This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. Takes a trip, throws him down. Nails the anti-air.
Sí.
Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. Sticks the jump in. Brings out the super art. How is this going to work out for them? Going binomial theorem with a boosting scramble. Player two just put themselves on equal footing with that super. Nobody blink. Eterna KO. Player two picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Perfect input, not letting up.
Wow.
Not too slow. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. Oh wow, look at the damage that did. Fantastic work with that combo. Was hungry for the grab. One mistake here is all that's
Y mi
to finish the
golpe.
round.
Wi-Fi.
Risky up close scrap still going.
Ya me entró.
That combo finishes it.
Ay, mi golpe chiquito.
Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Manages to block the jump-in attack. Rising uppercut. Player one goes all
Bueno,
in
ok.
with the uppercut. Not looking
Qué
good.
mal,
The
viejo.
corner's a bad place to be.
Yo tenía la mano ganar la otra.
Goes airborne.
Tenía la mano ganar la otra.
Cross super hit. Ninja Star Sniper. Get ready to be plugged in for some new era ninjutsu. Wire all the throw connects. Tricky hit and variable. Reversal. They're in the corner. This may change the match. Their drive is limited. Walls flat into the guard break. Oh, here we go. There's a burnout. Player one can't use any drive through. Oh my god, Ross.
What?
Answers, but they're just gonna go for it with the super.
Diablo. Diablo.
Gonna be watching replays for this.
Oh, man. Se gastó el parry ahí mismo.
Really took it down to the wire.
Eche para atrás. Oh, Dios mío, un botón. Ya está haciendo eso.
Creates a good corner opportunity. Utilizes an overdrive art there to tack on just a little more damage. Opts for the throw. Takes a trip. Player 1 is working with a less than ideal drive gauge. They'll need to be very careful here. Down to the wire. Can they convert this punish counter opportunity into something? All right, what's coming up next? So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Player 2 is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they stick it? No escaping that! Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, Howard lands a rising uppercut. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Uses the target combo as a filler. Max SA gauges, unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big. He hits him with a stop and buy. Ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Level 3 super, sending that meter like it's nobody's business. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Their spacing is so on point right now, but who's gonna blink first?
Pero ¿por qué me dio de espalda?
The pale rider hits. Now they've got him trapped. How are they gonna get out? Yo, you good? They just made that very tricky combo look easy. All in with a rush. Flatline zone. This is the final round.
Wow.
Expect to see some fireworks. Open, crowns him from above. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Hope breaks it. Flash number. They push their way out of the corner. Tries to catch him out with the arc step. Player, ooh, what a smart throw. What's next? Arc step. Player 2 turning it right up with the super. Cooks up some hot and spicy damage with the boosting beat. Turns out, player 2 breaks through with the throw. Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion.
Se fue. Oh, come on. Qué bueno. Increíble. Él me gana y todo bien. Te gano y tú ya. No se pega. Bla 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 bla. Adiós. Increíble que este personaje quite poco en ese tipo de situaciones. O sea, él nada más quita con cuenta. Cosa como así. Dame yo jugar. Ahí llegó. Qué bien. Kimberly.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway. All right, first round. What's going to happen? Saw that low heavy coming. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match going to go? Plenty of time left. How's the match going to play out? Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. Deftly shuts out the jump.
Yache.
Opts for the throw. Side switch. Now they're on the defensive. Player one is just about out of drive out. Takes the do this super art connect? They're barely hanging in there. Can they hold out any longer? Knockdown. Will that super be the turning point? The super armor, this is gonna be bad news. The pressure is so get-so. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Fires off in overdrive. A quick breather takes the opponent out of the air. This is a chance to dictate the pace. Drive reversals blocked. 3-volt, knockdown, and burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player one has an empty drive gear. This is a very precarious situation. Sprints in. Blocks the impact. Looking for a chance. Amnesia. Medium kick. In there. Player two took no time to finish that fight. Will we see our fighters fill each other out or just let it fly in this opening round? Uses this opportunity to really lay into the opponent with a damaging combo. There's a counter switch. Shows the overhead. They block the overhead, and alright, what's coming up next? Player one creates a good corner opportunity. Burnout is triggered. Sticks the this super art connect. Big counter. Player one is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Both Chernobyl. Quarter makes it. Oh,
wow.
Burnout triggered. Player two can't afford mistakes without that. Wraps it up with a decisive combo. Player one takes a round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Barely blocks the jump in. Connects with medium kick. Tries to catch him out with the arc stick. Counters with amnesia. Nice read. Player one, they're going for the super art. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. Knockdown and Danger crosses that off and keeps going. 3-volt. Quick throw coming for you. Burnout activates. Throws them. The fight pumps the brakes on the impact. Can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal? Jumps. Starting the party. Low heavy, but no go. Getting it all on this level 2 super art. Player one can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Amazing! Uses the drop. What a finish!
Me falló el combo.
Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? Player one chases them down. Uses this opportunity to really lay into the opponent with a damaging combo. What's the play here? Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Player two will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. The fighters are matching each other move for move going into the midway point of the match. 3-volt? Experiencing burnout. KO. Player two on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. From up above. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Sneaks in above. Tries to catch him out with the arc stick. amnesia. Denies the jump in. Both fighters planning something, cages them in with the left shuka. But the super doesn't hit. 3-volt? Our fighters are at a standstill. What's the play here? Player 2 is dominating this match. Going in? One chance here may end this match wrong critically. What's gonna happen?
Wow.
Start to 2. The Kimberly's ready to feast. Bushin Ninja Star Cypher. And this is only the beginning. Both sides getting ready. Player 1 a lead with that anti-air. Player 2 face the...
Ah, ya. Este es. Ya.
It's time to see what both fighters have in store for us today. There we go. What are these fighters going to do? Tries to throw but doesn't connect. Uses this opportunity to really lay into the opponent with a damaging combo. A battle of egos on display here as neither fighter wants to give up any ground. Side switch. Now they're on the defensive. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble here? Goes for the super art? It's turned into a driveless fight. How will they play it? Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Each hit is so important here.
Ah, no salió.
Back all the way. KO! Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? 3-volt? They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of
Hay que hacer el medio.
dashes forward. Goes for the jump
Ah,
in.
bueno.
Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage.
Ah, bueno, ¿eh?
Big opportunity now in this corner. Player 1 is dominating this match. Gets the jump in.
Y entonces.
KO!
Wow.
That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances.
Damn. Más. Él tiene un taller como, ¿cómo?
New challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight? Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Anticipate the overhead. There's a corner switch. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Throw hits. Now the fun begins. Still slugging it out here. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Player 2 creates a... Will this super art connect? In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Takes a trip. Recovers from burnout. Good job blocking the jump in. Good showing they can't squander this punish counter chance. 3-volt? Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. KO. Player 2 wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum. Pokes with a medium kick. Ocho.
Mano.
Player one has a slight life lead. Hits him with a stopping bomb. Three ball. Very slick with the combo. You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump ins at this range. Good old slaps. Player pounding them with the Lachuka. Can they stand the heat? That's not gonna hit. That combo did decent damage. Departure. Springs forward with the drive rush. Looking for a chance. Sees the overhead coming. Jumps it. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Nails the three ball. Any mistake here is gonna be fit. Uses the teleport. Okay. Oh, yo! Rock super hit. Oh, burnout. Did they mean to do that? Player two can't use any. What a finish!
Estaba muerto. ¿Qué estaba pensando?
Player two is a force to be reckoned with. It's
Ey,
not
no, buen
over
nombre
yet.
para onda,
I
Neji.
believe it's time for that run back. Immediate jump in.
Bueno,
Anything off the smash?
el DH te levanto con
Takes them
porque
all the way to the corner with that.
slow.
Corner switch means they can now go on the offensive. Spends a little
Ay,
drive
muy
range
buena.
here to go on the offensive. Had the radar up and running. Strings it all together. Long low attack hits. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Feeling out the stick, going
Gotcha.
on the offensive? Both can end the round now, and the drive gauge disparity may come into play. Player one chases them down. Burnout activates. Player two is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. KO. Player two takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Throwing some shade. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out is so vital. Player one has the life advantage. Side switch in the corner. Player two needs to use the threat of the corner here. Pounding them with the Lachuka. Can they stand the heat? Player one is working with a better game. What can they do with it? Grabs them with the embrace. Player two hits them with a stop and pop. That's a counter. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Jumps in. Oh,
Bueno.
burnout triggered. What'll happen here? In with the cross. Player one is not in a good place. The overhead denied. Oh, here we go. A real test of nerves here. They're in range. We gotta see it. Tries to make something happen with an overdrive arc. Departure. Oh, coming for you. What a finish. Player two brings it.
Here comes a new challenger.
It's time to see what both fighters have in store for us today.
Round one.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Gets a chance at that jump in.
One little please.
Uses this opportunity to really lay into the opponent with a damaging combo. Player one has the life lead. Okay, both fighters have taken a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. What's the play here? There's a drive rush to throw the opponent off balance. Nano's meta level is still kind of low here. They're gonna need to find some chances to boost it. Sees the overhead coming and blocks it. Burns the drive gauge. Both fighters are trying to decide their next move. Spends the gauge for the drive reversal.
Ah, eso no.
Player one is in burnout. Drives off the table. That's the
Vale.
jump in they were looking for. Long Quan takes them off their feet. Player one has completely used all of their drive gauge, but they still have enough life left to take the round if they play smart. Who will capitalize on an opening for pounding them with the Lachuka? Can they stand the heat? That's not gonna hit. Ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing.
Round two.
Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Player 2 did a great job of maintaining their drive gauge during that last round. It's going to be even more important in this next round to keep that up to help strengthen their ground game. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Player 1 will want to take advantage of their meter lead while they have it. They gotta make something happen to increase Mano's metal level. They gotta be careful here because a full drive gauge can erase what life they have left in a flash. The fight continues in the middle of the stage. What'll happen here? Trying to lead each other here? Through the door! Time to reassess the situation? Doing some quick planning? Departure set! Clean carry! Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. The overhead, good! Throwing some shade! Departure! Our fighters are at a standstill. What's the play here? What'll happen here? They must have a game plan here with a critical art on deck, but executing that plan is the key. Oh, burnout triggered! Fires off the turnover. Ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing. Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win. This is crucial. The opening round is about to begin. Overdrive.
Buena decisión.
Oh, with the drive impact. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're gonna eat tons of damage. Burnout is triggered. The move whiffs and they get nailed with a punish counter. Strings it all together. Both fighters are trying to decide their next move. Time's the only thing moving here. Sees the overhead coming and blocks it, feeling out the spacing. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Trying to read each other here? Anything could happen here. The fight continues in the middle of the stage. Low heavy hit, mix up incoming. Jump? Close springs forward with the drive rush. KO! Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Goes for the jump in. Having them with the Lachuka. Can they stand the heat? Uses the parry so the opponent. That's not gonna hit. Player blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Torbaline. Both fighters planning something? Pokes with a medium kick. Barely blocks the jump in. Looking for a chance. Paints. Delivers the pain right to the doorstep. Not much life difference.
Bueno.
Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Oh, burnout triggered. Jumps in. The overhead.
Oh, no esperaba eso.
Long Quan takes him off. What a finish!
No esperaba eso.
Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It's time to go all in. Will the drive parry here open things up for them? Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight.
Están haciendo muy bien.
Anticipates the overhead. Opts for the throw. Uncomfortable
Damn,
space.
no me maté.
Can they clip each other on the edge? There's a drive rush to throw the opponent off balance. Waltzes
Bueno.
in there and sweeps them off their feet. This is a real back and forth match we're seeing. They definitely know what the other is capable of. Player 1 chases them down. Spikes them with Reglon. Drive rush to keep it going. Taking stock. KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Renverse. The hit throw connects. Connects with the counters with amnesia. Nice read. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. Turnout.
Ah, come on.
The tempo of the match to change. Don't question whether this super art is going to kill or not. No escaping that! Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Sticks out a kick, throwing some shade. Drive rush to keep it going. The match just started. It's anyone's game. Player 2, can this drive bring them back? Player 2 has a big drive gauge lead. The jump in is enough. Get ready to be thrown to the side. Fights back with authority. Portable line incoming. Dangerous range. Gotta do better than that. Drive rush. Betting it all on the drive rush. Player 2 needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. Forward rush. Tuka throws him in the minefield. The super torneo. Did they mean to do that? What now? Player 1 is looking at a grim situation with burnout. Sees the overhead coming. They're in range. Crowns him from above. That's gonna leave him rattled. Okay, here we... Excellent block. Rake-up. Pushes in. Turns out. Oh my god, this fighter's got the perfect read. Player 2, here comes the boom. Are you kidding me? Player 2, straight up.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who is going to come out on top in this fight? All right, first round. What's going to happen? Checks with the projectile. Drive reversal to break in. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. What are they thinking here? They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. What's the play here? Uses a drive parry against the attack. Goes for the low kick. This is a real back and forth match for Cena. They definitely know what the other is capable of. Goes for the drive rush there. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Time's the only thing moving here. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Get in there! Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? From up above. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. 3-ball going in. Blocks it. Engages them in with the left Suka. Brings out an early super to pile on the pressure. Fights them with 3-glove. There's an overdrive on. Both fighters planning something? Player 1 is working with a better game. What can they do with it? Springs forward with the drive rush. This could lead to some big damage. Player fires off the Torneo. Good heads-up play going for that combo to do enough damage to finish the round. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. This is crucial. The opening round is about to begin. From up above. They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. Player 1 has them legit shook in the corner. Grabs them. Life lead is opening up, but that can still be overcome with smart drive use. Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. Knockdown. Squeezes the gauge. They block the overhead and... taking stock. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or Beatty charges forward? Can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal? Jump, snipes them out the air. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Holds out with the block. Springs forward with the drive rush. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. Burnout activates. Fights out of the corner, back to the center of the stage. Both fighters planning something? Long-range fireball to break the silence. They're going for the super art? Departure set. Player 1 can't use any drive boost. Gotta play it safe. The next touch may decide this round. Both turn out, but they may have a plan here. Chisels them down. Player 1 faced a giant and walked away unscathed. What a win! Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Surprises them with a drive rush. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape. Good parry there, and the low heavy hits. The jump in is denied. Strings it all together. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? All right, what's coming up next? Uses the fireball to try and establish their pace. Oh, burnout trigger.
Pero,
KO.
wow.
Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Revolt? They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Jumps in. Amnesia. Springs forward with the drive.
Wow.
Drive
No sabía
rush to
eso.
keep it going. Denies
Aprendí
the
eso.
jumper. Gets carried to the corner. There's burnout trigger.
Aprendí eso.
The super hits, and this looks like it's gonna kill. Taking no prisoners.
Aprendí eso.
You bastard!
That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches.
El TH ya comenzó. Oh. Pero dio 3-0 Droker. Nunca, no es la gran vaina. Mayuri pasó por suerte. Cava 3-0 la grasa. Crossover 3-0 a Luis Van Wee. Luis Van tiene que soltar así. Y Roger le dio 3-2 a Half Fidelity.
And a Philly cheesesteak.
A ver.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do?
Verdad. Esta pelea es incómoda.
Will the drive parry here
Esta
open
pelea.
things up for them?
Este es el counter pick para Kakero.
Responds to the jump with one of their own to drop him. Player 2 with the life lead.
Este es el counter pick para Kakero. No hay forma con
Turns
esta
it up a
pelea.
notch and sends them to the corner. Taking stock. Drive rush. Gets in their face. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. With the throw. Both sides backing off to form their game plan. Box him with a target.
Coño.
Decides to meet them in the air. Life lead open
El
KO.
content pipa que quiero.
Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. 3-ball. Throwing some shade. Down to the
Y
wire.
ella puede ser traída mientras está rodando.
Going to lead to a juicy punish counter.
Oh.
Takes the opponent out of the air. This is a drive rush to keep it going.
Mira eso.
Later making him look silly with his target combos. 3-ball ices him. Time to reassess the situation. Springs forward with the drive rush. Not much life left, but their drive usage may save them. Quick breather. Player 2 will look burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to drop tap to close.
Oh.
We're going
Ella
into
puede
the
ser
final round tied up.
está dura ella.
Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Throwing some shade. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Pounding them with the Lachuka. Can they stand the heat? The super doesn't hit. The super art there. What's coming next? Player 2 has a bit. Ooh, does them dirty. Okay, here we go. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Ooh, what a smart throw. What's next? Jump. Barely throws them. Both sides getting ready. Player 2, leg shake. Rake 'em. What now? Oh, coming for you. Will this super art do anything? What were they thinking? That combo finishes it. Player 1 was an absolute beast in that match. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that bloodbath. Jumps. Fantastic reactions there. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Well-timed command break there. What's the play here? Gets the parry in and adds some pressure. Sticks the jump in. Had the radar up and running. Neither of them willing to back off here. All right, what's coming up next? Throws them to negate the block. Can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal? Jumps in. Burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Both fighters planning something? Closes with the
A la
throw.
mano.
Hitting them with a smart stuff. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Saints, early round decisions are so important to set the tone. The fighters continue to check answers that jump in with a perfectly timed parry. They made it look easy. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Knocks down with the horn. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. Going in, springs forward with the drive rush. Player 2 is working with a better game. That's not gonna hit. Using the super can open up huge. Uses the teleport. Throwing some shade. Connects with the throw. Both fighters planning something? Dangerous range here. Anti-air in the clutch. Orbital on incoming. It's a bait. Drive rush to keep it going. Only throws them. What now? The next touch may decide this round. Burn out, but they may have a plan here. Flatline zone.
GG.
Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Demasiado lindo, en verdad. Las animaciones, oye, la creatividad que hubo detrás de eso es increíble. Hay que darse la capa. Vamos allá, señores. 2-1 aquí a favor de la creatividad que hubo detrás de eso es increíble. Hay que darse la capa. Vamos allá, señores. 2-1 aquí a favor del crossover. Buscando que esto esté over. Vamos a ver, buenísimo throw por parte de crossover. Me encanta ver las variantes que él tira, porque él a veces se enfoca mucho en tirar golpes, a veces se enfoca en tirar throws. Y de eso se trata, de tú mantener a tu oponente guessing, buscando la manera de que adivine. Bueno, muy
No,
bueno.
no.
Ahí no podía entrar ya
No,
porque
no,
bárbaro.
es que precisamente es un safe jump. Él te lo hace
Exactamente.
así. El codo te da en el tobillo.
Te dan en el
Tira por
último
par
frame.
y él brinca
En
ahí
el
mismo.
último frame.
Qué gánster ese Groberto. El castigando el sway. No me hagas sway. Ven acá. Ya vemos bomba. Qué bueno el castigo en whip de parte de la grasa.
Buena.
Así te estaban esperando, claro, sí. Saben que la pata chiquita tiene buenos frames, pero él también sabe que a tiempo correcto el trompón fuerte de upper puede hacerte la sencillez. Viene la pata rodilla. El brinco hacia atrás. Hoy el medio.
Bye, bye.
Caminando en delay ahí, maestro. Lo coge hasta Daigo Mejora, que todavía está allá en Japón. Cuidado, brinco con rodilla, el majón.
¿Por qué rayo no buscó el level 2?
Pero
Crossover lo promueve a espectador VIP.
lo mató de espalda.
Para que sepa.
El cosa le dio como si fuese cross-up.
Es tremendo. De verdad que esa barredora
Ay, Dios
hace lo
mío.
propio. Pero mientras tanto, lo que sí logra crossover es pasar a la próxima ronda en Loser Semifinals. Es el turno ahora de PEG Drucker versus Tigers Roy. A tirar
Roy debería ganarle a Trocker. Trocker realmente no. Bueno,
quarterfinals. Así que vamos
la
a ver
hizo.
por dónde va la cosa porque esto está picante.
Cabe destacar, señores, que Roy, un jugador de la capital, de aquí de República Dominicana, contra Crossover, que es un jugador del este, de San Pedro. Estamos hablando de, señores, batalla de provincia. Esto es aquí fuerte, fuerte, porque ¿qué es lo que pasa? Miren, casi siempre hay división.
¿Cómo entra el combo? Eso, ujú. Oh.
Here comes a new challenger.
Ya, che, miro más. Ah, qué mal.
This is a mirror match, which means it's not just about the win, but about your pride as a player too. This is a must-win fight. The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. All right. Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. They break things off to take a quick breather. Taking stock.
Sí, sí, sí.
That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Player 1 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round and opt for the throw to close it out. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. 3 volt. Jumps up. Springs forward with the drive rush. Can't tech the throw. Player 2 has the life lead. Drive rush to keep it going. Departure set. A quick breather. Risky up close scrap still going. Charging in with the drive rush. Cages them in with the left shuka. Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? 3 volt ice. Were they looking to connect with an overdrive art from this situation? Ooh, what a smart blow. What'll happen here? A real test of nerves here. Burnout. Expect a tempo of KO. Player 2 proved to be the victor in that mirror match.
Si Roy le gana a Broker, le ganaron todito a San Pedro. Bueno, le está dando el sol, está caliente ya mi hermanito Roy con ese Honda moderno, consigue el throw Broker, un jugador muy técnico, un jugador que es training partner de Cava, es un jugador que entrena con Cava muchísimas veces, así que cuidado aquí, un jugador que no es extraño a los combos, a los traques, ahí lo tiene en la esquina, nivel 2, ahí todavía queda vivo con una cosita. Vamos a ver la conversión. Bueno, eso es un reseteo. ¿Qué es eso ahí?
Es un reset de lo de
No,
venir.
pero eso fue. Funcionó.
No, porque le pega, él le pega patada fuerte el launcher.
Ya yo voy a
y le
tirar.
pega
No,
atrás.
yo voy a tirar. Yo voy a tirar ese reseteo de la
Los risas de Benito llegan por ahí mientras tanto. Vamos a ver. El Broker se apunta. Oye, el whip punish que cuánto duele. Le dio un trombón fuerte en el Juanete ahí. Carry el Holy Spirit. Te tengo en la esquina. Bueno, el drive reversal porque queda más 2 ondas ahí. Hay que buscársela. Así que una buena ocasión para tirar el drive reversal. Una de las 3 de cada 7 ocasiones. 3 de cada 10 funciona. Esta fue una de ellas. Bueno, el DP de parte del Broker. Uy, llegó full A. Vamos a ver. Tiene que buscársela. Llegó la guerra de los Fireballs. Todavía está calmado. Ay, le leyeron eso en Punish Counter. ¿Cómo duele? Ni siquiera ser necesario buscar más nada. Con el Cucuy, hace lo propio y pones un round on round. Y mira cómo me decía.
Tú sabes que Akuba tiene el vital de un zombie de Resident Evil, ¿eh? Akuba se muere de tú, míralo mucho. Vamos a ver, ahí está avanzando Broker, buscando meterlo en la esquina. Excelente, el dragón chiquito. Bárbaro, esa patada. Oh, pero un reseteo de lo de mi hermano Benítez. Vamos allá. Buenísima aquí la interacción. Sí. Pero eso es imbloqueable.
Si quiere tirarle DP lo van a matar eso. Porque
Eso
es que aquí el Sumo Smash se mueve y él decide dónde hacerlo caer. Hay 3 velocidades diferentes. Hay que buscársela, hay que hacerle la tarea. Por esto es que viene el dolor y pásame ese round.
Y ese reseteo a la Benítez.
Hizo un reseteo de Benítez, pero como quiera tiró el golpe, lo pegó en el tele por hacia atrás.
Esto fue calculado.
Fortuitamente, a no decir de chepa, y se lleva esto con el CA y pone esto 1-0
Pero
arriba de Tiger Roy.
Eso, creo que él tiró eso ahí.
El back teleport sí.
Yo le voy a preguntar.
El back teleport sí, porque él intenta salir de la presión. Lo que él nunca se esperaba es que Roy iba a tirar en efecto este golpe que avanza y castigó el back teleport. Eso de verdad que fue algo muy
Están
fortuito.
jugando un piedra, papel y tijera sorprendente yo dos ahí, en verdad. Bueno, aquí está Droque, señores, con los Dragons on point. Vamos a ver.
El problema con esto es que si él intenta castigar el Sumo Smash con DP, le va a ir mal. Viene dolor. ¿Cómo duele?
A ese golpe le llaman el coge tarjeta.
Sumo Smash estoy más 2. Hace el backdash, el gangster. Míralo acá. Presión en el Snacky Naki. Míralo como él con onda. Obviamente puede moverse en el aire. Un único personaje que lo hace en esta versión. Y vamos a ver si logra en efecto. Le van a pegar level 1. Hoy no. Toscoy. Entró con la barredora media. Pásame ese round, baby.
Creo que no saben lo que está pasando.
Al pobre. Y de esta manera con el 2 hits. Pone el primer round de la segunda pelea a favor de Tiger Boy.
Bueno, Tiger Roy ahí con el Espíritu Santo. Cuidado. Pero a Hadouken. Pero, aquí está Droque, señores, con un juego de Hadouken bueno. Que no le brinquen uno. Para que no sienta lo que es tener el vital de un zombie. Aquí está Droque, señores, jugando bien recogidito. Porque no quiere que lo encuentren. Y ahí vemos a Roy. Que no
Realmente Dante habla mucho disparate a veces cuando no tiene que hablar. Sinceramente.
Uy, qué buena fue eso.
O sea, hay cosas que no, que él dice, bueno, sin sentido. Pues yo entiendo que es difícil estar comentando todo lo que sucede en el juego. Muy buena.
Lo encontraron ahí con ese nivel 2.
Control moderno, búscatela,
Ay,
papi.
mi madre.
Ah, que te gusta tirar fireball, pásame esa cosita, ven. Entonces mira cómo él te brinca neutral, avanza en el aire, tú estás obviamente un poquito desconcentrado, pásame esa cosita. Y con el rapid fire pone el segundo round, con él la pelea, 2-0, arriba Tiger Roy y en problemas. Mientras
A ver, quiero saber.
Creo que debió buscar a Yuri.
Que tiene un compromiso, que tiene
viene Toquido. Es que todo el mundo que
Ok, esta pelea es interesante. Cava contra Ferrera.
que vino ahora Ferreras con su clásica Kami contra el coronel, pleito de militares, el MI6 versus la Fuerza Aérea. Vamos a ver cómo sale esta fragancia.
Así es, mi hermano Jorge Poy. Ahí está Ferreras en la presión en la esquina. Ferreras, una de las cosas que lo caracteriza es que es un jugador muy activo, un jugador que vive tirando golpes, un jugador que le cuesta mucho quedarse tranquilo. Míralo ahí, él casi siempre tiene una respuesta a tu pregunta. Pero sabemos que Cava tiene ese estilo de pelea muy meticuloso, muy calculado, yo espero mi momento, pero cuando lo tengo no lo desapruebo, no lo desaprovecho. Uy, buenísimo ese cocotazo, que es overhead, le llamamos así para acá en el patio. El cocotazo que te dan por la cabeza. Cuidado aquí. Buena de Cava, que se está echando para atrás ahí, buscando mantener la distancia y utilizar sus proyectiles, sabiendo que Cami no tiene que ser cuidadoso para que no lo acechen en una.
Buena.
Una round punch y ahí está, señores.
Debe buscar el level 1.
Ese drive-in
Lo había matado ahí.
Qué rico el Bagdad.
De hecho, hubieses hecho dry Rose, golpe fuerte, cancel. Creo que lo hubiera matado por level 1.
Haciéndose del round
Pero
con el mismo.
por reservar barras,
Utilizando en el
perdió.
lateral, muy buena de parte de Ferreras, ya lo tiene acorralado con el Spiral Arrow. Guessing time para Cavalucci. Combo de máxima distancia con la patada pequeña.
Bueno,
Spiral Arrow de nuevo. Bueno, aquí fuiste a meter, me bombeo con el level 1 porque el Señor es mi pastor y nada me faltará. Wow, el medio. Le va a aplicar
debió buscar level 3.
Cannon Spike, trompón fuerte en mid y llegó el throw. Le repito la fragancia. No, ahora venía Rapid Fire, mejor el throw, la patada. Bueno el parry de parte de Cavalucci. El upside down buscando punish counter para castigar con level 1, pero no encontró a nadie. Ay, me bombeo como el mejor, claro que sí. Te pongo esto un round on round. Y no andan en gente, señores. EBG Ferreras tiene todos los recursos on deck. El Cavalucci casi en eso. Y este es el último.
Bueno, este va a doler.
Bárbaro, qué bueno ese jumping ahí por parte de Ferrer. Y dijo, yo voy a gastar todo ese dinero que yo tengo ahí, todos esos recursos, lo voy a gastar, voy a invertir mi dinero. Ahí está. Le quitó más de la mitad del vital y lo tiene en la esquina. No tiene recurso de level, pero excelente ahí ese whip punish, ese check-in que le hace. Dios mío, pero papá Dios, perfect.
No.
Oh my God, Ferreras haciendo un statement.
Anótame
diciéndole,
oh my God.
tú eres el bandido Cava. Yo soy el evolución, el gran Evoscar Ferreras.
Anótamele ahí un oh my God ahí a Dantelín X, porque la primera es para el Ferrari. Vamos a ver, de nuevo llega la chiquita Jumbo. Viene con la cintura, el castigo otra vez, pero no pudo confirmar medio ahí, error de ejecución de parte de Ferreras. Pero mientras tanto hay 82 segundos por jugar y ahí está la bichota brincando como que no hay mañana. El único personaje en este juego que tiene el derecho de brincar cuantas veces quiera, porque usted no sabe cómo es que viene. Si viene virado, si viene, míralo ahí, como bajó virada, hay que cubrirse. Bueno el check-in de parte de Cava con los trompones pequeños.
Buena.
Uy, no, papá, caíste en la finta. No, papá, lo tenemos a un botón. Es moderno que están jugando Cava ahora. Cuidado. Saludito para Anacleto allá. Ay, viene con la cintura. De nuevo, flash kick. Wow, pero parece que estaba parado. Uy, tuviste. Por un momento yo vi a Guy parado. Y de ahí les dijo, flash kick. Perfect. Llegaron. El bombardeo. Platillitos. Arrancamos acá. Chiquito, pequeña falla. Y con la patada media logra hacerse del primer round de la segunda pelea. Vamos a ver cómo va eso.
Mira qué buena fue esa patada, lo encontró caminando hacia adelante. O sea, como que él sabía de alguna manera que le iba a caminar, por eso la tiró ahí, dijo, si te pone la cara ahí, yo pongo el pie. Y tú me dijiste después que hicimos.
Muy buena de Cava. Por no caer en ese gancho. Yo caí.
Tú no sabes cómo es que salta. Excelente, ¿trayar a quién? Vamos a pegarte tu combo ahí de shimmy.
Uy, buena.
Buenísimo, y le trayó un punish counter para colmo. Lo tiene en la esquina, situación súper ventajosa para Ferreras. A ley de una interacción para hacerse ese round. Bárbaro, qué buena.
Ferrera lo tiene muy cerrado.
A máxima distancia conectó en whiff, confirmación a drive rush para llevarse el combo y pone esto en posibilidades de poner 2-0 o de que el Cava en efecto empate la fragancia. Uf, qué rico el slide del hooligan. Tenemos todas las versiones de cómo entrar por arriba, por abajo, por detrás y por cualquier lado. La bichota, llega el throw. En problemas Cavalucci, esto va camino al Pepo, cuidado. Mira cómo le tira el medio ahí chequeando el dash. Pero
Buenísima.
Wow, Cava, wow. Eso es un buffer que él tenía ahí a 0.5 milisegundos para poder castigar un dive con un level 3. Cava está en la Matrix. Vamos a ver si logra igualar esto en condiciones y llevarlo una por una. Vamos a ver. Amago para el Sonic. ¿Ves? Mira cómo le está pokeando ese trombón chiquito. A ver, mira. La flash kick overdrive. Eso es así. Hay que sacar al otro de su zona de confort. Y aquí lo logra con el medio. Confirma con Vito de 3. Se bombea. Pásame ese round.
Estaba claro que venía ese DPX.
Lleva el round con el round el match. Y empata esto. Una por una.
Óyeme, increíble aquí lo guapo que es Cava de tirar esa flash kick ahí en OD. Si se le hubiesen cubierto, señores, otro gallo hubiese cantado, pero precisamente lo que tú dices, Jorge, de eso se trata, de mantener el mix para mantener a tu oponente fuera de su zona de confort, porque si él sabe que tú no vas a meter, te va a meter 1000 golpes y te va a después meter burnout. Vemos aquí a Ferreira, señores, quien lo dije ahorita, no es tímido para presionar el botón. A Ferreira le encanta estar atacando en todo momento. Eso es algo que ustedes van a ver mucho. Y si tú dejaste que él desarrolle ese juego, de nada más atacar, wow, qué buena fue esa gilea.
Sí,
ahí.
porque en el último momento hay que tirarla para que sea así autocorrect.
Para que se voltee, ¿no? Y que salió de la esquina también. Eso es ventaja por todos lados. Mira, yo creo que él la llegó a tirar, pero le dio como la situación que pasó ahorita, que le dio del otro lado en cross-up.
Sí, porque el brinco fue muy perfecto ahí de Ferreras en el cross-up. No da tiempo que el personaje se vire y por eso Ferreras capitaliza. Mientras tanto aquí llega el back throw. Llegó esa es, claro. Ahí es que llega el momento de la verdad. Voy a tirar fireballs, voy a hacer drive reversal, voy a cogerlo. ¿Qué hago? Rodillita con fuito de 4, vamos allá. Qué bueno, estaba listo pokeando. Ese es el único momento en el que se puede tirar de reversal sabiendo que no te van a castigar. Pero está listo con los pokeos. Llega el agua, ya Ferreras está picante. Vamos a ver ahora por dónde va la fragancia. El dive kick a máxima distancia. Está Cava casi exhausto. La barredora fuerte. Llega el throw. Y le dijo ahí que viene por los pies, por los pies. Y sale de la esquina sin pagar mucho peaje. Lo tiene.
Me imaginaba.
Con la cintura. Consígueme una que viene el dolor. Ay, lo pensé que iba a caer en el gancho el Cava. Oye, el Rolling Soba. Pero no logra confirmar el castigo. El brinco, tiro la incorrecta. Estaba listo Ferrari caminando. Eso es lo que le llamamos estrellón militar. Llego hasta allá, que aplico la sencillez y pone esto 2 por 1.
A eso le llaman.
Ferreras.
A eso le llaman caminante, no hay camino.
Se hace camino
al estrellar.
Ay, pero qué ricura. Cavalucci. Cuidado, vendrá un Raúl.
No, cuidado.
Se está calentando un Raúl feo. Se está calentando un Raúl descalzo. Cuidado si se lo traen a la bichota.
Ferreira tiene un gobernito, nosotros tenemos online.
Sí, está cobrando feo. Se está cobrando feo.
Un gobernito él.
Hay que recordar que, como comentaba, dentro de la fiesta gamer, para aquellos que obviamente quizás no están al tanto, ¿no? Para el patio, directamente desde Estados Unidos, Chris G. Desde
Yo voy a
México,
decir uno y tú
Kusanagi.
dices otro.
Dale.
Chris G,
Kusanagi de México.
Pon.
Tokido.
de Japón.
Yep.
Te gustó, Pon de Japón.
Pon de Japón.
Pon, para que pegue. No,
Sí.
con Du.
Oil King.
El rey aceite, para que no sabe.
Oil King.
Daigo,
Cian.
Fudo,
Gachikun.
Mena,
Bonchan.
Cava,
Problemex.
Chris Tatarian,
Momochi.
Que se viene para acá.
Mono.
Ponigen,
Mago.
La Antigua.
Thunder Language.
Ay, mi madre, señor.
Itabachi.
Es todo el
Mr.
mundo.
Crimson.
Toda Kai, es todo el
Ay.
mundo.
Desde Panamá para el mundo, nuestro hermano Gran todo acá viene para el patio también. Dual
Así
Kevin, Samurai, Nephew, Dayegua, Takeuchi. ¿Qué? Viene
Oye,
que esto está
pero-
2 por 1. El Ferrari haciendo lo suyo con la bichota, el MI6. Cavalucci hizo la Nucledu, fue, refrescó, cambió de traje y viene con la cintura. Hoy el dive kick haciendo el daño. Spiral Arrow. Hoy el trombón fuerte Miti. Cómo duele, baby. Spiral Arrow con Can Spike. El throw. Está vivo por un pelo de rana.
Bueno.
¿Qué le va a hacer? Drive Impact.
Ujú.
Efectivamente, lo anunció el tipo y le aplica la sencillez.
Que en esa situación.
¿Tú sabes quién viene después de John Takeuchi? ¿A que no te atreves a leerlo?
Después de yo te quedo. El gran papín. Una promesa.
Búscatela,
Un
papi.
agente libre que cuando buscando esa firma, a ver si lo firman ahí. Bueno, ahí está el señor el combo por parte de Bandits Java. Excelente combo, exactamente por eso lo tiró, buscando el burnout. Que es lo que tú quieres hacer para quitarle recursos a tu oponente, para forzarlo a jugar la turbo. Ahí no hay drive rush, no hay drive impact, no hay drive reversal, ahí no hay movimiento en OD, ahí no hay nada de eso, como usted está así quemado. Pero ahí llega el agua, señor, eventualmente. ¡Wow! ¡Qué buena fue esa! Y con ese sistema nuevo de los parries.
Le salió mal la de aquí.
Ahora, señores, ya no se tira de que eso al aire así, ese parry stance al aire, de que a ver si tú pegas con perfect parry. Ahora hay que tirarlo bien, con el patrapizado, como un verdugo.
Ya no es automático, hay que buscársela. Mientras tanto, tú estás set point para Ferreras o que Cava. En efecto, lleva esto a las últimas consecuencias. Bueno, drive reversal, castigando ese drive rush. Llegó la botita, zapatico para ti, viene como revista. Claro que sí, viene ahí. Atención, Luzón. Llegó el Bernoco, combo hasta el Naki Naki. Drive rush, el overheta, reset, que gangster. El Cavalucci. Hoy el kill frame, cuidado. Dropea el combo. Y llega el throw. Cuidado, camino al Pepo. Él le lee en el fireball, pero no castigó. Cuidado, el Pepo. Y de esta manera 2x2 se pone esto y se va a las últimas consecuencias. Esto es Winner Finals. Esto es el CPT Central America East, segunda versión.
Oh, Dios mío, qué patada chiquita que va de dinero. Y fue hasta poético, porque así mismo le pegó una patada chiquita a Ferrera en el tercer combate para ponerlo 2-1. Y Vida acaba como le dice, pues a patada chiquita, pues vamos a darte un perfect, una patada chiquita para que tú veas que yo también tengo mi gol.
Se va a doler.
Fonda acaba, esto va a doler muchísimo. Ferrera con una ventaja importante de vida y de posición. Buenísimo ahí el movimiento.
¿Qué pensó Kawhi?
Ese bolopón con las dos manos.
Bueno,
Papá Dios.
set point en lo que canta un gallo. Pocos segundos habían pasado, mientras tanto ya el Ferrari tiene estos set point, esto duele. Sí, papá, ven acá, que no estamos en la reversal ahora. Perfect parry, pero eso es un safe jump, el gangster. Otro, este sí no es safe. Pero llegó Caberu, es que se llama ahora. Es el Leo Cava, Caberu bajó. Mientras tanto el level 1 le pegan entre el bofo, llega el throw. Cuidado con el bofo. No. Ay, no. Sí, fue a meter. No? Yo pensé que le había hecho la finta de amagarle con la izquierda, pero le di con la derecha.
Pensando en un sí y déjame lo otro a mí.
Ven acá, llegan los platillos. Van dos. Cuidado.
Le
leyeron la costilla. Le van a pegar el level 2.
Bueno,
ven acá.
Está vivo, está muerto. Él está viendo una cosita, una cosita.
Le dicen ahí,
sí, una cosita.
Queda vivo por un pelo de rana y con el pokeo es el Ferrari, quien pasa a Grand Final.
Okay.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table. All right, first round. What's going to happen? Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. Backs them into the corner. Pushes back with the drive reversal. They really don't want to be in the corner.
Wow.
Corner switch means they can now go on the offensive. Take the trip. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing
Dang.
the drive now. Knockdown.
So,
Deftly shuts out the jumper. There's a punish counter.
Wow.
This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. Reads their mind and texts the throw. And the throw
Okay,
ends the
okay.
round.
nice.
Player 2 sets the tone with that win.
Okay.
Let's see if they can keep it up. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Got their eye on the air. Springs forward with the drive rush. Goes in on the impact for nothing. Counters with amnesia. Nice read. Going in, hits them with a stop and pop. Were they baiting them into that? Player 2 has an empty drive gate. This is a very precarious situation. Departure set. They decide to take a breather, experiencing burnout. Player 1 is dominating this match. Smart play with the throw. Looks like they both want to stay out of the corner. Impact squash. Soup gets the counter hit for the win. They're so good at whip punishing. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Goes for the jump in. Knocks them out of the air. Charges forward. They're back into the corner now. Oh, coming for you. Gets them with a Euro.
O sea, hay que hacerle...
Plenty of help.
Ahora sí va a estar difícil castigar a este tipo.
Both sides getting ready. Jumps. This could lead to some big damage.
¿Debe tener? Sí.
To show off what a
Ahora sí va a estar difícil castigar a este tipo porque ahora hay que hacer para y para atrás.
round with a super. Now that's how you take a round. Did
Damn.
not miss that chance and takes the round. Player 2 faced a giant and walks away unscathed. What a win. Time to get down to business. The first round starts now. Drive reversal. Had the radar up and running. Player 2 blazing
Diablo.
through that drive gauge to try and set the pace.
¿Falta?
The fighters are at a standstill. What's going on through their heads? That was a solid anti-air. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. They're not going to allow any jump-ins.
Está difícil.
Misses the drive impact. Both fighters are trying to decide their next move. Trying to read each other here? In a dire situation.
¿Por qué está fallando
Can't afford
algo?
any mistakes. Counters with amnesia. Nice read. Spends the gauge for the drive reversal. Throwing takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. The pressure springs forward with the drive rush. Both fighters planning something? Player 2 has depleted their drive gauge, but they are still within range to win this round. Oh, they can't ignore that super gauge gap. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to tank.
Dígame.
Player
Lo
2
que es que este jugador está raro.
in the night.
Está jugando muy bien.
They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Hit back with the overdrive vertical. Jumps. Drive gauge gap here. Player 2 springs forward with the drive rush. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Scrapping it out up close. Uses the gauge for a super art. Still alive? Still alive? Are they dead?
Damn.
Oh, they're dead! What a way to close it out! Player 2 faced the giant and walks away unscathed. What a win!
todos los colores. Ok. Come on. Oh, no sé. ¿Por qué no se pega?
Now, find a new rival.
DJ.
Give me that drama. Give me that grime. Are y'all ready? It's fight night time. Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Carries the attack and no good up high. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Blocks the jump in. The drive carry was successful. Low kicks are a no-go.
Bárbaro.
Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Sticks the combo. Brushes off the impact. Checks with the projectile. Who's it gonna be? All right, what's coming up next? They break things off to take a quick breather. Solid combo. Taking stock. Life lead opens up. Throws him. What's next? Springs forward with the drive rush. Burnout activates. What'll happen here? Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. They're both out of drive gauge. Pounding them with the Lavshuka. Can they stand the heat? The KO. Player 1 with a big first round pickup. Can they close it out? Shows a medium kick. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Extending that drive gauge. Drive rush to keep it going. Burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player 2 has an empty springs forward with the drive rush. Still slugging it out at this range. Going in. Air slash KO. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Hit the drive. The last round. It's now baits out the low kick. 3-volt ices him. Jumps in. Taking chunk drive rush. Player 1
Ow.
with a rush. Their drive gauges aren't full. This means less resources to use when it knocks them out of the air. Both are ready to pull the trigger on their super arm. Oh, burnout. Did they mean to do that? This unleashes some big damage. Quick medium pump. This is gonna hurt. Amazing. The jump in is
Come on.
a rare chance here. They gotta do something. Player 2, no
Yeah.
hesitation or regret. Hits them with that NSF dummy. Perfect damage calculation. No doubt about it. Are you kidding me? Player 2 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Tournament. Player 1 has a slight life lead. Springs forward with the drive rush. Throws out a projectile. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Knockdown. Goes for the drive rush there. Taking stock.
Wow.
Low heavy hits. Mix up incoming. Takes a trip. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity in a dire situation. They can't afford any mistakes. Dashes forward, burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to tank. Player 1 has completely used all of their drive games, but they still haven't...
Pero le di los 2-3 golpes que se le da.
Player 2
Aún así se metió.
What else can they get away with?
Porque el juego entendía.
So they must be thinking on the
Álvaro.
jumps,
Pero, vean, acá hay esta gente. ¿De dónde que está jugando?
dashes. What's the next move? Super on deck for both fighters. They're going for the super arm.
No, esta gente son pro.
Doesn't hit. How can they steal this win in such a precarious situation? Risky up close scrap still going. Rolling
Yeah.
Soba springs forward with the drive rush. And knew the throw was coming. They were
Oh, esta
not
gente son pro.
ready to take off. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches.
Finals, mandando a Cavalucci por el camino del ninja a Loser Finals. Y él se va a enfrentar a quien resulte de que no es de nylon, ¿eh? Es de algodón. Cáncer. Pero Ginoy, pero por favor, así no, ¿ves? Don Dominica. Porque aquí estamos. Uy, que drive diversa más arriesgado de parte de Cava. Pudo haber entregado el macho, pero buena. Con la barredora logra todos los puntos. Recuérdate que esto es una de karate. Sí, sí, él es
Ok. Oh.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight? The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. The impact gets blocked. Can they use the corner to mount a comeback? They're not going to allow any jumping. What's their game plan here at this critical? And a super activation, looking to score some juicy damage. Both fighters will want to utilize what little drive gauge they have. Fights him with Griglon. Jumps in. Burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to tank. Wraps it up with a decisive combo. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Player 1 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Knockdown. Player 2 has the life advantage. The quarter makes it... Burnout activates. Player 2 in dire straits with Burnout. Free glove. Jump. Orbalan. What'll happen? A super art? Opt for the level 1 Vulcan class. Player 2 all in with a rush. Throwing some shade. Getting it all on this level 2 super art. A real overhead KO. Player 1 faced the giant and walks away unscathed. What a win! We're finally ready to begin this long-awaited fight. Our players look primed and ready. Deal some damage with that quick combo. What are these fighters thinking now? Trips them up. Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Gets a chance at that jump hit. And a super activation, looking to score some juicy damage. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Spikes him with Trigon. Player 2 in trouble with no drive. Closing moments of the match. One hit, but pounding them with the Lachuka. Can they stand the heat? KO. Player 1 with a good start to the fight, but can they keep it up? Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. 3-volt ices him. Player 1 took that round comfortably. No need to bring out the big guns yet. Looking for a chance. Throwing some shade. What'll happen here? Blossom. Medium kick hits. Watching each other carefully. Who will make the first move? A quick breather. Free glove. Our fighters are at a stance. Drive rush to keep it going. Ooh, what a smart blow. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Springs forward with a drive rush. Links it. Knockdown and...
Okay.
in style. Player 1 made all the right moves.
No, no pega. Ok, ahí se pega.
Here comes a new challenger.
It's time to see what both fighters have in store for us today.
Round 1.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Parries the attack and... oh, whiffs the drive impact. What are these fighters thinking now? All right, what's coming up next? The jump-in is denied.
Ya, debe buscar.
We've reached the midway point of the round, and both fighters are at about even life. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn.
Concho.
Player 1 chases them.
Boom.
That slight doubt is all it took.
Ah.
Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Good job blocking the jump-in. They're showing us just how patient they can. Answers that jump-in with a perfectly timed parry. They made it look easy. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have?
Damn.
Things are slow going right now,
Salto.
but we may see someone speed things up. Amnesia! Yo, put that away. Both fighters sees him coming and shrugs it off with the super armor. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Springs forward with the drive rush. Superb reactions on display. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Blocks it. Big exchange blows. Solid anti-air. That reversal. Spikes him with 3 gloves. Are we gonna see in there? Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Jump. Goes for the jump in. Jumps in. Pounding them with the Lavchuka. Can they stand the heat? Which fighter will control overhead attack? Adds a bit of OD spice. Player 1 has the super gauge advantage. This is a bad situation to be in. Anti-air in the clutch. Not going anywhere.
Y llega y me da.
Spends it all on the super. Not shy one bit about it.
Now you know history.
This might be a raw super art incoming. What's next? And it is on forward rush. Noticeable life lead. Is the comeback still pop? Ooh, what a smart throw. What now? Oh, snipe. Player 2 can't let this simmer. They got it in.
Yach.
It's over.
Salvo por un salto.
Player 1 has got to be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage. Medium kick into
Y no me salió el puño.
sick super armor use. Nice parry. Decides to meet them in the air.
Ay, qué
Damage
es.
off that open. Can they do it again? The combo's there. Now they get pushed into the corner. They time that just
Pero-
right to get the perfect parry. Box him with a target combo. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Wraps it up with a decisive combo.
Okay.
Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Portabalon springs forward with the drive rush. Jumps in, counters with the knee jet. Nice read. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Goes with the safe stuff with the and fold. Nasty blow to the back of the head. Both fighters draw critical. What's gonna happen? In there. That was a clinic.
Supuestamente
a distancia.
Sí, eso es a distancia, que él es bueno.
Él es-
Sí. ¿Qué pudo hacer Cabo ahí? Nada. Pero eso uno, el personaje. Saludos para Capcom. Mientras tanto, la Zapatico llega el level 2, no utiliza su drive reversal, lo cual es la mala. Es mejor quedarse exhausto con drive reversal y ganar posición que quedarse exhausto y dejar que te lleven a la esquina, aunque llegue la amnesia y haya que calmarse obligado. Y mira cómo
qué
brinca.
buena.
Lo saca de la esquina, pero sabe que está por llegar el agua, ¿eh? Está calmado, llega el espejillo. ¡Qué gánster! Llegó el agua y ahora vienen los fantasmas, el amague. No me brinques, papi, lo tenemos un botón. Y míralo aquí. Este es el dolor y el por qué se dice que en ese macho hay que buscársela con JP. Juan Pachanga le aplica el level 3. Ahora va a dejar a Cava con apenas 800 de play. Según la calculadora de Tangino, la única que no se equivoca en Legends. Cuidado, bien. En el neutral, upside down kick, buscando para ver si consigue punish, pero está jugando Roy una defensa perfecta. Aquí llega el throw, 47 segundos en el reloj. Llega la barrera media.
Can't fight, then fight.
Llegó el level 2 de nuevo. Vendrá con la reversa, coge el throw. Queda
No, eso no se pega así.
Un error acá en la ejecución. Mientras tanto, Cavalucci en mejor instancia, 65 segundos por jugar. Le pidieron ayuda al señor y ahora hay problema. El espejito ahí paradillo. El brinco no fue castigado por el coronel William Guile. 55 segundos por jugar. Zapatito. Llega la bosta.
Come to fight,
Vamos a ver.
then fight.
Media. Confirmación a Flash. Sonic. Y el upside down kick.
Ese combo en Drew, media, zapato. Todo el que se ha puesto el zapato para que no se pegue bien. Después de la media, yo lo veo.
Viene Zapatito. Le
Probable.
por eso. Y ahí vemos
Ferrero.
un round, una hacer a favor de Ferreira. Vamos a ver si cada una conoce la revienta.
Zapatico dame el 6 level 1 sin preguntar. Y el Cavalucci está dispuesto a.
Cuidado con la Matamango 3000.
Ferrero.
Cuidado con la Matamango 3000. Ay, cuidado. Ah, pero ven acá, güey. Pero dale.
Come to fight, then fight.
De esta manera, Ivy Ferreras se corona con la victoria del torneo de World Warrior.
A new warrior has entered the ring.
Two of the biggest lab monsters are about to get it going.
Ah,
Here's round one.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Opts for the throw. Player one has the life lead. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Taking stock. Perfect.
okay.
Takes the round without getting touched. Player one sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out is so vital. Strings it all. Amnesia gets the parry in
Wow.
and adds some pressure. Player two has the life lead. Can they use it? Orbalan. Our fighters are at a standstill. What? Burnout activates. Player two in dire straits
Wow.
with burnout. Both fighters planning something. Hits them with a stop and pop. Jumps, knockdown, and raids them. Their will to win is really being tested here. Uses the target pump, ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this one. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Target combo into... Uh-oh. This could really tip the scales.
Locked on.
The Super Connect! Breaker! Betting it all on the drive rush! Player 2 is in set
Ya,
up
che.
with the jump in!
Pero porque
What's
tenía que hacer.
next? Ooh, what a smart throw! Player 1 needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. What
Ahora de
now?
nuevo.
Player 1 can't win this without pulling the trigger. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Players betting it all on this level 2 super arm. One step ahead of them. Overhead. Player 1 with the rhythm owning that burnout, but they may have a plan here. Player 1 can't use any drive moves. Got him. There's a burnout.
Eso es lo que está buscando.
Take it. I can't believe it. Are you serious? That comeback was unreal. We just saw this one.
Ah, de verdad.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that comeback. Jump. This can lead to some big damage. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Slips the grab. Gets the jump in. Player 2 can't hold your breath. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Time's the only thing moving here. They're at the center of the stage. What happens here will have consequences later on. Trying to read each other here? Sticks the jump in. All right, what's coming up next? Player 2 is barely hanging in there, but can still mount a comeback using their drive. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Burnout activates. Player 2 Player 1 wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum. Tries to set the tone with that charging attack.
Coño, eso no llega ya.
There's a change of sides. Throwing some shade. Drive rush to keep it going. Their drive gauges are looking bare. The engagement here will have a huge effect on the rest of the match. Oh, burnout triggered. Doesn't miss a beat. Experiencing burnout. They were not clear for takeoff.
Wow.
This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Immediate jumping. The last round. It's now or never. Not looking
reaction.
good. The corner's a bad place to be.
Ojo.
Wall flat into the guard plate. They should have kept this one classified because it's straight up nasty. Delta red assault. Super. That's what we wanted. The drive impact doesn't work. Player 1 half clutch plus anti-air. Fights back with a burns out. Oh, putting the cherry on top. Oh no, caught by the interdiction. Doesn't matter how far you run, he's gonna get you. And the damage is unreal. Player 1 flipping the script with a turnaround super. Throws them. Both sides getting ready. Noticeable, there's a burn.
Yeah. No salió.
Player 2 made some smart moves there. Great game. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Oh, that throw did some juicy damage. Uses the parry. Player 1 has the life advantage. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Sticks the jump in. Gets the jump in. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Sees the overhead coming and blocks it. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Knockdown. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. Jumps. KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Parries the attack. Can't tech the throw. Departure. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Early round decisions are so hit them with the
Wow, me la impa en medio de una situación que ni se
Both
sabe.
sides have the super gauge max and ready to rip. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Springs forward with the drive rush.
No.
Quick breather. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Drive gauge is looking bad. What do they do now? Going in? 3-bulb? The life remaining tells us we're halfway through this match. Bends the meter, hoping for a good return. Level 3 super! Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. Using the super can open up huge chances for you. Just go for it. Uses the teleport. What a finish!
¿Qué pasa?
We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Somehow manages to block the jump in. Departure set. Goes with the safe stuff with that target combo. Back throws them. How long can this offensive assault continue? Oh, here we go. Player 1 needs all in with the rush.
Oh, pero
Target. Turning it right up with the super. Player 1 still has a chance, but it's going to be over in a flash.
damn. GG.
Player 2
Ah. última de la noche. Estoy muy cansado.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checks with the projectile. No good up high. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Deals some damage with that quick combo. The fighters are at a standstill. What's going on through their heads? The pace is slowed considerably. Who will make the first move? Blocks the jump in. Checks him with the projectile. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Trying to read each other here? Player 1 can't use any more drive without burning out. 3-bulb? Jumps in. Both fighters planning something? They were not cleared for takeoff. Player 1 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Turbola connects with medium kick. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. This fight is just on springs forward with the drive rush. Knockdown. Drive rush to keep it going. Sergeant Amnesia. A parry? Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Max SA gauges, unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. Betting it all on the drive rush. Sonic boom. This is gonna hurt. Can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal? Can this drive bring them back? Finishes with the throw. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Solid anti-air. Player 2 took that round comfortably. No need to bring out the big guns yet. Going forward rush. It's a fake. Drive rush. Ugh, scuff him. What are they gonna do? Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Crowns him from above. Plenty of help. Turning it right up with the super. Catches them in the crossfire. Bringing the best of style together for one lethal move. Note closes in. Uses that wall pressure. I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one.
Ay, vamos, una última. Pero Vamos a una última.
A new warrior has entered the
Otra. Oh, querido Jaime.
It's time to see what both fighters have in store for us today.
Here's to a fair fight. Round one.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Gets a chance at that jumping. Opts for the throw. Player one with the life lead. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're going to eat tons of damage. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Taking stock. Who's it gonna be? Neither fighter is willing to back down from this exchange. What a finish. Great read on the life gauge there. Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? From upstairs. Springs forward with the drive rush. Opts for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. Genius read. Player two needs to use the drive rush to keep it going. Big exchange blows. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Player two can't use any drive moves without burning out. This is gonna hurt. Hits the drive. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Jumps in anti-air in the clutch. Players, oh, burnout. Did they mean to do that?
This is our destiny.
Still alive? Still alive?
Gets got.
Hanging by a thread. Closes in.
Ama, me paré con boqueando el reverse.
Medium kick into. Jump. Good decision with that throw. Player one can build off this lead. Getting it all on a drive rush. Player one needs to take all in with a rush. Boots him and takes a swig. Player two can't mess with not going anywhere. Change of plans. Okay, here we go. What links it? Meets them air to air. Burns out. And they burn out in sync. What are they gonna do? Racing overhead attack. A jump in? Somehow manages to block the jump in. Carries them all the way to the bazooka. Throws them in the minefield. What now? The overhead denied. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Sees the overhead coming. A jump change of plans. This is a complete shutdown. In with the luminous.
Oh.
Denies the jump in. They are done.
JP.
Player one straight up outplayed them. Talk about a David and Goliath situation. It's a fake. Changes things up with an overhead. 3-ball. Throwing some shade. Did well to get the buff in there. Okay, both fighters have taken a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. Player two is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Denies the attack and that's one huge life lead. Is this going where we think it is? This is looking bad. What are they gonna do? Reads them. KO. Player 1 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Big counter. Just out of range for that throw. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Both fighters planning something? 3-ball? Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. The throw missed. Player counting them with the Lachuka. Can they stand the heat? Turning up the heat here with a level 2 super. They're hurt. Oh, burnout triggered. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Hanging on for dear life. Yes, drive impact for the win.
GG, bro.
Who could have guessed how that match would have turned out? Not me.